Fruit that I'd like to talk about is the acai berry. Now, the acai berry comes from the flood basin of the lower region of Brazil, around the town of Belém, Brazil, and it's basically the Amazon rainforest. Now, the interesting thing about the acai tree is a palm tree. And one of the most interesting things that I discovered doing a lot of research on acai is that when they clear cut the rainforest, as you know they're doing, which is damaging our environment, they clear cut it. One of the first things that grows back is the acai tree, the acai palm tree. The acai palm tree has over a 1,600-year history, and it was famous because it saved people's lives during times of famine. When people couldn't eat, and the tribes in the lower flood basin of Brazil had no food, they lived off of the acai berry. The interesting thing about the acai berry is it's the most nutrient-dense food in the world. Take a look at this protein profile. Do you know that the acai berry, gram for gram, has more protein than a whole egg? And look at the amino acids. The amino acids, if you go down and you'll see, the amino acid profile on many of the amino acids is higher with the acai than it is with a whole egg. Now, acai is a berry. A berry, it's a fruit. It's not supposed to be high in protein. It's supposed to be high in water, in sugar, and in polyphenolic compound. But this true superfruit is high in protein, it's high in essential fatty acids, and it's high in anthocyanidins. It's high in one of the most powerful antioxidants known to humans, and it's called cyanidin 3-glycoside. Cyanidin 3-glycoside is a powerful free radical scavenger antioxidant, and it's why people will drink red wine. They drink the red wine thinking that they're getting this cyanidin 3-glycoside or this antioxidant. Well, guess what? Acai has 350% more cyanidin 3-glycoside than your strongest glass of red wine, and you don't have any alcohol or any of the negative effects to the liver or the blood or anything else with the acai. Acai, simply put, is an absolute, true, powerful superfruit berry that's actually saved thousands of people's lives during times of famine. If I was stuck on a desert island and I could only pick 3 supplements or 3 foods, acai would be one. Here's the reason why I recommend acai in my clinic. There's about 5 really good reasons. Number 1 is I recommend it as a beauty product. It is incredible because of the good fat. Almost every single person that takes acai pure calls us or tells us or reports back to somebody that they notice that their skin is more supple, that their hair is softer, that their skin feels better, and that their wrinkles are starting to appear to go away. That's the fat. That's the oil. The second reason why I recommend acai in my clinic is because it's very soothing and very lubricating on the digestive tract. A lot of times people have irritated colons and irritated digestive systems. They have like IBS or Crohn's or a celiac condition, or they'll have just a lot of irritation in the colon. Well, one of the best things for that is oil. One of the best oils on the planet is oil from a berry. One of the best berries, or probably the best berry on the planet that has the highest source of fat, is the acai. So I use it as an internal lubricant. The interesting thing is that when we lubricate our body internally, it shows up externally. What's going on inside our body shows up externally. So when you're real dry inside in your gut or your intestinal tract, you get real dry in your skin and your hair. Your fingernails start to crack and split. It's a sign that the body is deficient in hydration and deficient in oil. The third thing that I recommend the acai pure for is for all cardiovascular conditions. The reason why is because it has good fat. And we all know that one of the most important things that we can take for the heart, the circulatory system, and the cardiovascular system is essential fatty acids. Essential. Do we know what that means? Essential fatty acids. They're essential for life. If you don't get the fatty acids, then we don't live. Oftentimes people are deficient in essential fatty acids. Again, they're essential. We need them. Acai is loaded with essential fatty acids. The fourth reason I recommend it is for the brain. The brain sits in fat. The liquid fluid that the brain sits in is about 80% fat, phospholipid, lecithin, which is all fat. That fat that's in the acai is incredible for the brain. So it's good for the mood, the mind, the memory. Acai, the fifth reason why I recommend acai is it's incredible for the reproductive system. Again, the reproductive system needs fat. The sixth reason, central nervous system. What does the central nervous system need? The central nervous system needs fat. And when we get too much acid in our body and we burn from too much stress, and we're drinking sodas and we're drinking alcohol and caffeine, and we're burning our body out, we're burning out our central nervous system. One of the most amazing things for the central nervous system is the acai pure because of the fat. Also the protein. So those are some of the main things. Now, in Brazil, the acai berry is called the beauty berry, but it's also known as the libido berry. They say that it helps to enhance and to strengthen and to stimulate both male and female libido. Acai is so amazing that recently they did a clinical trial, and I want to read to you just a little bit of the results of the clinical trial. Now, the clinical trial was done at the University of Florida, and it's called The Brazilian Berry Destroys Cancer Cells in Lab, University of Florida Study Shows. This says, quote, published today in the Journal of Agriculture and Food Chemistry, the study showed extracts from acai berries triggered a self-destructive response in up to 86% of leukemia cells tested, said Stephen Talcott, PhD, an assistant professor with the University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences. One of the things that I find the most interesting of the entire report is this statement here. It said that during this fundamental research on the acai berries, between 50 and 75 unidentified compounds have been found. 50 to 75 other compounds that we don't have a name for, we don't know what they are, but all we know is that they're in that fruit, they're powerful, and we don't know what they do yet. That, to me, as a nutritionist, as a naturopathic doctor, is one of the most exciting things that I can see, because I know that we probably only know 0.5% about this acai berry. The study says, in the current University of Florida study, 6 different chemical extracts were made from acai fruit pulp, and each extract was prepared in 7 concentrations. They didn't use it with a mixture of fruit juices. They didn't use acai with a mixture of water. They used pure, straight, potent acai pulp. Now, 4 of the extracts were shown to kill significant numbers of leukemia cells when applied for 24 hours. Depending on the extract and concentration, anywhere from about 35% to 86% of the cells died. I'm not telling you that acai cures leukemia, because it does not. What I'm telling you is that acai is one of the most powerful plants on this planet, and that study and other studies prove it. And what they say is now they're going to start studying acai in human beings, and I know the results will be phenomenal. Let's take a look at some more clinical information and documentation regarding acai. I have to show you this. It's called Acai in the News. NBC, quote, acai is the Viagra of the Amazon. The acai holds a unique power and is believed to give anyone who drinks it a burst of energy, according to Matt Lauer. Quote, Wall Street Journal, acai replaces wheatgrass, helps boost energy and lower cholesterol. And I think acai has made it to the Oprah Winfrey Show at least 4 times, where Oprah and Dr. Oz have been talking about the benefits of acai, and they're stating that acai is one of the most powerful